Oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and get it. Yes, sir. I'm with it.
I just want y'all to know I got my revenge. I found a conch place. I got me some conch salad. And I'm finna be like Marlo.
You didn't want to say pause or nothing, huh? Just I got that. You just no pause.
Right through. Just straight through.
I'm too over that.
Right, he right in it too.
Like you put brakes on or nothing, huh? Just straight to it, huh?
Yeah. I need you to take a breath in between bites while you at it.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
Hey,
catchphrase.
They told me you always gotta remember to breathe. That's very important.
Gots to. Unless you know how to hold your breath. That's a learned skill set.
Even then, the human body needs air.
Wow. I just think we're skirting that line. That line has been skirted.
Don't we always?
No pun intended.
You gotta be like Trey Songz. You gotta know when to dive in. Whoa. It's a great day in the neighborhood.
It is. First day of the bracket for real. Officially. First day of the bracket.
Man, listen, man. You know what? Y'all see this? Can y'all see this right here?
Avengers.
You see that right now? You see that?
Oh, you got the big one.
You gonna need a Captain America shield to block for Russell.
Man.
We'll beat the Raiders.
Woo.
Oh, we finna start the show. We finna start the show.
Start the show.
Because I would say something about college, but I know don't nobody really want that smoke. So we just gonna leave that alone. You know, they did you wrong. They did. We still, you know, hey, because I'm a Bulldog fan too. So, you know, it's easy over Chimp.
My boys let me down. You can't see this flag behind me.
Well, listen, it's gonna make it. Do we play y'all this upcoming season?
I'm not sure. I ain't seen the schedule.
Yeah, we do play y'all. Damn.
We gotta
play y'all, Alabama. I'm sitting there like, damn. Then they talking about going to a 24 team conference. What?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We've been doing this for free for long enough. Go ahead and get this.
I heard recording in progress like 5 minutes ago.
You did. You said recording in progress.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it.
Yes. You know what? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, special edition. Gathering the Old Men Podcast. Something old, something new. And that's that same old terrible towel. Now, for those of you that have been following the podcast for a while, welcome, Theo Butler.
What's up? What's good? What's pop? What's cracking? Percolating? What's really good in the hood? It is your unofficial sports podcast official. Yeah, we in here. We're gonna make it do what it do. Further review, gonna throw some flags on the play.
I don't know what's happening, but okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it because you know I've seen this Theo before. And for those who don't know, go to the YouTube webpage, scroll down to disrespect segment. You will learn how the disrespect segment started. Me and Marlo did not start the disrespect segment. The disrespect segment was started by Theo talking about his Steelers. That's how it started.
Mm-hmm.
And to be clear, it started by Theo saying his Steelers would get disrespected, and then he proceeded to disrespect the Steelers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right, like don't give me the fake disrespect. Let me do that. They're not gonna do what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do that because they trying to do some other stuff. So
hey, look, I'm gonna say it like this, man. There ain't nobody more critical on the Texans and Longhorns than me. I'm allowed to talk shit because I'm a fan. That's my God-given right as a fan. When they fucking up, I have to let them know. Because who gonna hold them accountable?
If not you, who? Exactly. If not you, who? There it is.
I just when I You know what?
I don't know how I feel about my Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They still in the league?
We won the Super Bowl since y'all did.
This is true. This is very much true. Very much true. You know what? My fault. My fault.
So Theo,
What's good?
y'all now have Neighborlated and Mr. Neighborlated in Pittsburgh.
Oh, you being real disrespectful. You being real disrespectful.
Hold on. Let's get to the bottom of this.
You being real. Don't make me break out all my Steelers stuff. You being real disrespectful.
Y'all
right
not
You might want to
get away with that tonight.
So you can catch this shade that's coming your way.
Folks, he being real disrespectful right now. He being real disrespectful. You're not gonna disrespect my Steelers. You're not gonna do that.
I'm just saying, if
Oh.
people call me Mr. Jill Scott, I'm not gonna have a problem with it at all. Not one.
All I know is it's been a lot being made by some folks who they done got new deals on on networks and now I see that they selling out for the gram. Same folks that sold out Florida State for the gram, same folks selling out Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers for the gram. So crazy how they say stuff one year and then just reverse course the next damn year. But go ahead, huh? Because they effed you up. I'm still effed up. Y'all know I live in Tallahassee.
I think you forget who you're talking about, sir.
What?
This is Mr. Petty himself.
I'm just saying, like, they did mess him over, man. They messed up. I felt bad for
Yeah,
Florida
they got that.
Felt bad.
You know,
It happened.
They did it out in the
We're
open.
moving on.
Hey, Troy, they did y'all in with no mask on.
I mean, for real. This what got me, and this why I'm saying, like, I'm finna tear off into somebody's jam case, is Kurt Herbstreit and all them other college analysts. TCU beat Michigan on ESPN. Like, we don't need to act like that. And it wasn't that damn, it was just the year before. All they wanted to keep talking about was what Georgia did to TCU. No. Pause. For Georgia to do what they did to TCU, that means TCU had to beat somebody to get to Georgia. That was the national championship game. They beat Michigan in the college football playoff. So that nonsense that Kurt Herbstreit, he deserved everybody digging in his ass on Twitter, digging in his ass on all social media accounts, because he was completely too damn faced it, just like damn near most of them were when it came to what Florida State. Florida State deserved to be in the damn playoffs. And now I got to dig off into the dude who just got a new contract with ESPN. My former safety, Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark, yeah.
Stop, everybody.
But
Remember what I said. The disrespect segment about a Steeler fan complaining about the Steeler disrespect is finna disrespect the Steelers. Continue.
So let me go. So we watch football, right? Y'all watch football, college football, pro football. We watch football. We don't necessarily listen to those that be on these sports entertainment shows or other than just entertainment. But some people might listen to them. Now, if you let them tell it, the last 2 seasons, Russell Wilson been horrible. Let somebody else tell it, the last 3 damn seasons been horrible. Well, if you let Corey Holcomb tell it, Stephen A. Smith ain't never had a college basketball scholarship. All that's Googleable, researchable, by the way. Fact check. As in, Stephen A. Smith has been on a college basketball team. Corey Holcomb is just doing it for the gram. Ryan Clark, get up. First take. First things first. Undisputed. I'm just going to let the numbers speak for themselves. So, y'all watch football? So, we know Russell signed a big, huge contract in Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know when he didn't hand that damn ball off, when Pete Carroll called that nonsense play, we knew that was the end of the Seattle Seahawks right then and there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that team was about
we know when you pay a quarterback all that money that they paid Russell, you ain't got no money to put no team around it. We know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to act like that, right? So let's go back to this will be the 2024 season. Let's go back to Russell's last year in Seattle. Can we do that? Because that's one of them years they said it was garbage. Don't nobody want him. So what I'm going to ask everybody is, do you want this? Do you like 3,113 yards passing, 7.8 yards perception, 25 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Can I interest you in that? From your quarterback. That's the only position he played.
That's very similar to C.J. Stroud numbers this year.
But you see what I'm asking you?
They
now
named him Zeus.
Right. See there? We named him Zeus. So let's go to hell. The first year that Russell was in Denver. But let's think about something now. When we say this, who was Russell's head coach his first year in Denver? Ain't that Aaron Rodgers' old offense coordinator? Well, what was Aaron Rodgers known for doing when it comes to playing football? Putting up big numbers during the regular season, gassing out during the playoffs, right? We know that. We saw these shows. We saw Green Bay do this. We saw Stephen A. Smith complain about this. They let Aaron Rodgers do whatever in the hell he wanted to damn do in Green Bay. Well, this was the dude that they hired as the head coach in Denver. We talk about Russell instilling bad culture. That coach just brought that culture from Green Bay. He did for Russell what he did for Aaron, which is what low-key they doing for Aaron right now in New York. What person that watches football isn't observing that? But we want to blame Russell. Okay, let's blame Russell. Then Russell, let's go here, 3,524 yards. I can interest you in that, right? You like that. 7.3 yards per throw. I can interest you in that. You know what you're not going to like? This 16 touchdowns versus 11 interceptions. That's what you're not going to like. Right or wrong? That's fair. That's to be expected. But Sean Payton comes in. Now, I'm supposed to take the word of Sean Payton. This is the same damn dude who is the head coach for Drew Brees. I'm sorry. Is Drew Brees not the same person who had something derogatory to say about Black Americans not too long ago? So when I'm looking at Sean Payton, I'm not necessarily knowing if I'm looking at him like y'all want me to look at him, because Russell Wilson is a black quarterback, and he never talked like that to Drew Brees. And correct me if I'm wrong, Russell Wilson has been to the Super Bowl more than Drew Brees has. And he 1-1. Drew Brees is what, 1-0? Okay, so we get that. But can I interest you in this? Because all they had to say was what Sean Payton wanted to do was talk about how bad of a person Russell Wilson was last year. And let them tell it. Russell got let go because he was sorry. But let me see if I can interest you in this. Can I interest you in 3,070 yards against 26 touchdowns versus 8 interceptions? And I got 6.9 yards per throw. Can I interest you in that? Would you take that? So when folks tell me, like I don't watch football, that the eye test, what they keep talking about. When folks tell me that Russell Wilson is sorry, I want to win. When they tell me he's been bad for 2 years, win. When you tell me with 2 teams let him go, one team let him go because they couldn't afford him, and the other team let him go because they didn't like him. The head coach didn't like him. But you're not telling me when Seattle let him go, he didn't perform his last season there. And you're not telling me when Denver let him go, he didn't perform the last season there. You can, but the numbers tell me you be lying. Where's what I say wrong? And Ryan Clark has access to every.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna add a little something to it. Russell Wilson didn't play 2 of the last games.
Come on.
So them numbers.
ESPN, they benched them at the end of the year.
Former football players, and this is what bothers me because I'm seeing too much of this go on with media and how folks are spinning a narrative just for ratings. Players that know who Russell Wilson is, know the type of person that he is, the type of player, what he can do on the field. We've seen this. And to me, it is disrespectful as hell for me as regular Joe Blow, social media influencer, podcaster. I ain't saying, I'm just saying with DOB. It is disingenuous as hell for them to go on national television and have access to way more resources than we do, and then for them to get up there and push that narrative like that. And to Ryan Clark, I'm disappointed because we keep saying it. Stephen A. Smith, I'm disappointed. Russell is a black man. So why Shannon Sharp? I don't want to let Shannon Sharp off the hook He's a black man. Why are we lying on him just to get our numbers up? As they said in the movie Friday, you ain't got the lot of kick, Craig. That bad season was his first year in Denver. You could have just said that. But then
Hey,
that
I got something to add, man, because I don't think you addressed it. When are we ever gonna blame the coach? The reason Russell didn't work in Seattle was because he did not get along with the coach. The coach has somebody in the front office because he got fired and failed up. He is no longer the head coach, but he is still in the organization. And when he got to Denver, the system was not in place. The defense was in disarray. The running backs could not hold on to the ball. They couldn't convert third and shorts. There was so many things wrong with the Denver Broncos offense last year that it was hard for Russell to ever get into a rhythm. He is a rhythm type of quarterback. And then we look at Sean Payton. Okay. When Drew Brees left New Orleans, how many playoff games did Sean Payton win? Absolutely zero. Without Drew Brees as his quarterback, Sean Payton has exactly 0 playoff wins. So the next time y'all want to talk about, oh, it's the player, we're talking about a 2-time Super Bowl invitee, 1-time Super Bowl winner and MVP versus a coach who's only won with the Hall of Fame quarterback.
That's it.
And he showed me you can do it with somebody else. Then I might take that back a little bit, but you're still not gonna disrespect Russell Wilson in the way that you're gonna say that he's not a good quarterback. That's my point.
I want to know what Sean Payton has done so miraculously as a head coach to be considered an offensive guru.
The same thing Bill Belichick did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And you look at that. You look at that resume.
He rode the coattails of a Hall of Fame quarterback. Drew
This is
Brees
my
passed
point. This is
58
crazy.
touchdowns in consecutive games. Never been done before.
Consecutive.
I look at it like this. First and foremost, if you don't do the onside kick, you're not beating Peyton Manning in that Super Bowl. You need to steal a possession to do that. When I watch that game, so we're not going to do that. At the end of the day, here I don't like it. I don't like it. Troy, me and you talked before. I don't like having to come to people's defenses. You know, we're fans. We watch the game, but the more I do stuff like this, the more involved I get into the entertainment industry. It's way too many people.
There's always a narrative. There's always a narrative.
And that's crazy to me because we be out and about. You know, we regular people. How many people we hear say sports is fake?
Oh, you hear it all?
Yeah.
We hear stuff like that, and we be like, nah. And so we watch the game. And we watched the game. We played the game on various levels. I wasn't. I'm not going to speak to nobody. I wasn't good enough to play on the collegiate level. I wasn't good enough to play on the professional level. It doesn't stop me from being able to watch the game, process the X's and O's of it. Folks like to talk. Well, the Atlanta Hawks had a coach one time, never played professional basketball. I think we all know what the hell I'm talking about. So it ain't about that. We watched the game. But when we watch the game, you guys are lying. You guys are lying. Now, I'm going to say it the same way Stephen A. Smith said. I'm expecting some folks to lie on Russell Wilson. I absolutely am. I expect that. But when I look at Shannon Sharp, when I look at Ryan Clark, when I look at Chad Johnson, when I look at Stephen A. Smith, these cats who wanted to be heralded as, if you just want to be a sports analyst, that's fine. But you always got to attach to, I'm a pro-black sports analyst in front of it. Stop doing that. Because if you're going to lie on another brother, another black person, you're not pro-black. You're doing it for this person that's signing your paycheck. Well, damn, ain't Russell going through enough? I mean, like, for real.
And they act like he married to Becky.
So hold on. I want to roll us back a little bit because two things can be true. Well, actually, two things are true. One, Russell Wilson's legacy will be forever tainted by that 4th down play in the Super Bowl.
It was third.
That's one. 3rd down play in the Super Bowl.
Hold on. Is that Russell legacy, Seattle's legacy, or Pete Carroll's legacy?
It is a part of his legacy. I'm sorry. It's a part of his legacy.
Perception is the thing.
Did you do your homework on that play? Hold on. I got to break that play down for y'all. I have to break that play down for y'all. If you've ever lined up on a football field, then you understand that you have certain keys that you're looking for. The play that they practiced was if you see man coverage, throw the quick slant. And that look that they gave them said man coverage. If you go back the whole season, every time the Patriots ran that defense, it was man coverage. Nobody in their mama expected Malcolm Butler to come flying up there as the ball is snapped.
My cousin.
Time out. Hold on. Let's address that. I wasn't even trying to go down this road, but let's address that. Sports fans.
And as a matter of fact,
all of us.
It was 2nd down. They had one timeout. The goal was to throw it on 2nd.
No, you sure that went 1st down?
No, it was 2nd down. It was 2nd down because they had already tried to run it. It was 2nd down. The goal was to throw it on 2nd. If that don't work, you at least have an incompletion. You run it on 3rd, and then you make another decision on 4th down. That was Pete Carroll's thought process as far as play selection in that moment.
So let's go back to the quarterback play. Hold on. Let's go back to the quarterback play on that play, right? Anybody that's played any high-level football, you have something called a post-snap read. I'm not going to get to my normal narrative of Russell Wilson as an elite quarterback. He should have handed the ball off. I'm going to leave that out.
There ain't no post-snap read on a snap throw. The read is made before the ball is hyped. That was the whole point of that play. There is no time to make a read. It is hyped. Throw it. You're supposed to be there.
You are giving me exactly what I'm talking about. On that play, that post-snap read gave him no options. You know what gives him options? Handing the ball off. Because if beast mode get in, game over.
If he don't get in, look, here's the thing though that you have to understand.
One time out.
Here's the thing that you have to understand. On 2nd down, the defense don't know whether you're running or passing. If you run it on 2nd and you don't get it, and you have to blow your time out, guess what? 3rd and 4th down, they know that you're throwing the ball.
You know what? I like what you're saying, but I'm finna do it like this because you played this game. I'm looking into your eyes, and you know what I see? I see a dog. What position you played in football? See, I see a dog. So this where I'm at with it. If I'm gonna hold Russell Wilson guilty of anything, and you need to know, I do hold him guilty of something in that game. It ain't throwing the football. You know what I hold Russell Wilson guilty of? Something that, watch this, you're a safety, I see a dog. So dog, tell me, your coach ain't ever called a play, and you looked at him on the sideline, and you looked at what was in front of him, like, he done lost his damn mind. Look, we finna do this right here. Dog, you ain't never—
Oh my God, that's what I've been saying for 3 years.
Come on, bro.
For 3 years.
Accountable for something. Oh, good God Almighty Jesus, you need to know it ain't for throwing the damn slant. No, it's for going along with that nonsense in the first damn play. I got Marshawn Lynch. Mr. Hold my sack while I get in this end zone. He didn't just win beast mode. I'm taking a knee. I'm gonna give y'all my play-by-play. I'm Russell Wilson. What's that? Oh yeah, gotcha. So fellas, look here. This is what we doing. Y'all ready to win this thing? All right. Marshawn, you ready, baby? If I say that to him, you know he's like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Let's go, baby. I'm looking at the offensive line like this. It's 2nd down. I really ain't trying to go to 3rd down. It's on 1. I'm going to turn around. Marshawn, which side you want it? Because I need you to be comfortable. Which side you want it on, big dog? Oh, man, give it to me on the right. Say less. We on 1 because we ain't going to be off sides. Down, set, hey. As a matter of fact, since they didn't change the damn rule in the NFL, I'm probably pushing his big ass too. We scoring. We scoring. Yeah, we scoring. We scoring. So
I agree. I agree.
Hold on, TP. Hold on.
Let me take y'all back down the history.
Give me one
y'all
second.
back down the history of the NFL. Do you
Hold
think
on,
they would have
TP,
not
hold
given
on.
the ball to Emmitt Smith right there? Do you
Well,
think
come on.
Jim Brown wouldn't have got the ball? Do we
Man,
think
come on.
O.J. Simpson wouldn't have
Time
got the
out,
ball?
y'all.
There was no other team would have passed right there. No
come
other
on.
team in the history of the NFL would have not given the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
And I'd have turned around. I could have needed one more yard to set the all-time NFL record for passing yards in the Super Bowl. I'm turning around handing the damn ball off. Bro, come on around here.
John Elway, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, would have turned around and gave that ball to Terrell Davis.
Gentlemen, give me 1 second, because in the time that we've had this podcast, I don't know if I've ever granted mods or mod rights, but apparently Apple is our new favorite mod.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Op. Appreciate you.
He created a whole command, so it's a Apple favorite mod. We're gonna after the pod, we're gonna have a conversation.
The thing, like I said, so to me, that's Russell Wilson's play. Folks lying on Russell Wilson's play. So let's look at what we have going on. The Steelers got him for the low. The Broncos got to pay $38 million of that. Okay, cool. You got Justin Fields for a 6th-round trade. Russell's gonna start. He is. Absolutely. Now, I don't know if the Steelers are going to do this, but it looked good now. But I don't expect Justin to see the field unless Russell get hurt. I'm just being honest with you, because they finna get back to Steeler football. Ground and pound game. Let our defense do it. Let the quarterback be a complimentary piece. I don't know why people are looking for the Pittsburgh to fall off. Russell Wilson is better than anything they've had, and that's counting the last 3 seasons of Ben Roethlisberger's career.
Mike Tomlin.
He's better than anything they didn't have back there.
And Kenny Pickett to the playoffs. He has never had a losing season. Now, if you don't expect the Steelers to be better, you're crazy. What? They made the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. And to bring in Justin Fields is a hell of an insurance policy, because he's so used to having to go through trash quarterbacks throughout the whole season. So now I got 2 people who can start on any NFL team.
Hold on, TP.
Watch this.
No, Theo. Because you've been waiting to get one off on Ben Roethlisberger this whole podcast.
He called it straight.
He should have been gone. He should have been gone. What?
He was a statue. He was injury prone. What else?
We keeping him there for what? We can't get no draft pick for him because this coach don't like losing. He either gonna go 8-8 on a 16-game season, or he gonna go 9-7, or he gonna go 10-7, or he gonna go 9-8. You're never gonna get a quarterback like this worth a damn. Now watch out.
Everybody been saying that. Look,
now watch this.
Look, I heard too many people say how long are Pittsburgh fans gonna put up with mediocrity? They're never gonna get a good quarterback because Mike Tomlin is such a good coach. He's gonna keep them there, but they'll never be able to get to the Super Bowl with him because they will never have a great quarterback. I'd have heard it all. They want him to tank the season, but that ain't in his blood.
Right, but for me to say that about Mike Tomlin, how did Bill Cowher get Ben Roethlisberger? You had to lose the season. you had to lose the season. So it's like, okay, and I don't think people do a good enough job in holding Kevin Colbert, the former GM of the Pittsburgh Steelers, accountable for the draft, because he oversaw Mason Rudolph and he oversaw the last draft. I don't know why he felt like he needed to do that on his way out the door. This is Omar Khan's draft. This is Omar Khan's free agents, and he willing and dealing. Pittsburgh is actually operating from a little bit of luxury with them too, because you get Russell Wilson. Now, what do you do if Russell Wilson leads you to the playoffs? Because I don't know why people don't think Pittsburgh can't go 12-5. They just went 10-7. They're either gonna go 12-5 or 11-6. And I looked at that schedule. That schedule is not that tough. It ain't. So when you look at that, Russell Wilson gets them to the playoffs.
AFC North got a cakewalk, if you ask me. There's gonna be 3 AFC North teams in the playoffs.
See,
It could be
and
that.
he's not a Steelers fan. He's not a Steelers fan. And what are we saying? With bad quarterback play, the Steelers have managed to split games with their AFC North opponents. That's going against Joe Burrow, splitting them games. Going against Lamar Jackson, splitting them games. Going against what's my boy name? Cleveland, Deshaun Watson, splitting them games. So you going up against 3 teams that have superior quarterbacks, and you splitting the season series with them. So I'm expecting Pittsburgh to take a step back with Russell. And you got NFL analysts that are literally trying to convince people of that.
Hey Theo, how you feel about people saying the Steelers wouldn't have been in the playoffs had the Ravens still been fighting for a #1 seed?
Say that again now.
They said the Steelers wouldn't even have been in the playoffs had the Ravens not already locked up the #1 seed. If they were still fighting for the #1 seed, they would have had to play Lamar and everything.
That's a possibility. But the thing is, don't the second string quarterback get paid too?
They do. Tyler Huntley came in and played terrible. It was a wet, sloppy game.
Right. So
black and blue of old.
I hear what people be saying, but it's like I don't believe in excuses. If me and you, if our 2 teams play, right, I don't even care if the refs cheated. That's not going to be something because I'm like, we should have beat them too. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just my mindset. You play DB, play safety. One of the things I used to tell my team, I said, listen, I don't give a damn how long it takes the rusher to get to the quarterback. Don't tell me you had to cover him too long. That's a defeatist mindset. And me, I ain't never been the fastest person. I ain't never had the best hand. I've always been he on the team, Rudy. So I had to be the smart guy. So failure could never be an option for me. So when I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, you look at Mike Tomlin, failure has never been an option for him. Well, you got Russell Wilson coming. He got something to prove, which he shouldn't, because his bad year was the year before last, not last year. I don't know why people keep pushing that narrative. He got something to prove.
He got something to prove since the day he entered the league. I'm getting pissed off with this black quarterback. Black quarterbacks are held to a different standard for a reason.
Russell Wilson played on the team last year that defense gave up 70 points in one game.
I understand all that. I'm just telling you the truth. Black
quarterbacks
will always be held to a different standard for obvious reasons.
Watch that. Troy, that's fine if it's somebody that's not black that's talking about that quarterback. But Troy, they've been talking about black quarterbacks like that before me and you had pubic hair. Yeah. We got gray hair now. We grandparents.
Even when Doug
like that narrative has got to spin
forward. There was still an asterisk around black quarterbacks, even when Doug Williams won the Super Bowl.
Right, but I'm saying black NFL analysts can't do the work for somebody else. And when it comes to Russell Wilson, watch this. I'm going to go to Justin Fields real quick, if I can. Justin Fields. Here's the problem with Justin Fields, and I cannot believe NFL analysts don't speak on it. As a coach, I spoke on it. You get these fast quarterbacks. Pee-wee football. Well, they ain't really knowing how to throw the football like that. So they take off running. One look, take off running. Well, what is the RPO? The RPO is basically the same type of offense, and you're only looking on one side of the field. So because Justin Fields ran the RPO offense at his high school in Georgia. He couldn't touch the field in Georgia with Jake Fromm, even though he's way more talent than Jake Fromm, because Georgia runs a pro-style offense. You got to be able to read the field. Well, what did he do? He went to Ohio State. Ohio State didn't require their quarterbacks to read the field. Which Ohio State quarterback we talking about? Right. We ain't talking about none of them in the NFL. Joe Burrow went to LSU. Well, Joe Burrow wasn't running no RPO style of offense, not that athletic. He transferred from Ohio State for a reason. He ran a pro-style type of offense. Well, this is what we get with Justin Fields, and this is why the coach didn't want to put Justin Fields in initially when he got to Chicago. I got to teach you how to read the field. And you coming in, and I don't have a proven veteran in front of you to teach you how to read the defense. It ain't hard to do. You just have to want to.
Just called it straight.
Huh?
Andy Dalton just called it straight for no reason at all.
I'm just saying, you have to want to do it. If girls and no disrespect to women, but all this machismo, I'm a man, hear me roar. If women play the game and can learn how to read the field, there's no excuse for why we're not teaching our young black boys how to read the field. If Justin Fields could read the field like Peyton Manning, we're not even having this conversation. So he's going to be behind Russell. He's got an offense coordinator that loves the play action pass, which sets up the run beautifully. Najee Harris has gotten better as a runner as Pittsburgh's offensive line has gotten better. I don't think that's up for debate. I don't think that's up for debate.
Hell, I think Jalen Warren better.
You see what I'm saying?
I like Jalen.
So we got something. So you're going to if I'm Pittsburgh, sit Justin for the year, let him come in, some games, some mop-up duty if you got that situation in there and everything like that. Let Russ play it out. You're not going to be able to give Russ that money, extend Justin Fields, and let him be your quarterback heading into the future. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Tag in, big dog. What you got?
You just said on this podcast, your coach is not going to let the ship sink. Yes.
It ain't been a sink with Russ. What you talking about?
I ain't ask you that. That ain't the question I asked.
Yeah, but
your coach not going to let the ship sink.
What you insinuating?
I'm not insinuating nothing. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm going to be Nostradamus. Week 8, again.
Mm-hmm.
Russ is going to get benched.
Why?
Y'all going to get into the playoffs with a brand new, clear-headed Justin Fields.
So you think Russ going to do bad?
I don't think he's going to do bad. I think he's going to be...
Hold on. What you basing this off of? Because see, I don't know. I
think he's going to be what he has been. I don't think he's going to be better. I don't think he's going to be worse.
I see that. Hold on. I see that right here. And I gave you the last 3 seasons. So here we go. You heard them numbers. So how many yards you think we getting from Russ?
We only playing to week 8. Probably 16, 10, and 5.
Do you see this?
Wow. That just sounds crazy.
Touchdowns.
How many yards passing you think Russ gonna have in the season?
1,500 yards.
1,500.
1,500 yards.
What are you?
If he's only playing the week 8, he asked me how many yards do I think he's gonna have. If he only playing the week 8, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I don't think he makes.
Pause for a second. You said week 8, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to make sure I do this right. What you say he gonna have?
1,500 yards.
1,500 yards.
10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns.
5 interceptions.
5 interceptions. So I'm looking here. 5 interceptions would be the lowest number of interceptions he's thrown in his career. So that actually that's 11 has been the most that 13 has been the most that he's thrown for in his career. Now you said 1,500. So you saying he gonna have 20 interceptions, 20 touchdowns. So you saying at the end of the season, if he were to keep going, he would have 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Now, he's only thrown double-digit interceptions 3 times in his career. You think he do for another?
I am not giving him past 8. This is what I'm telling you.
Right, but I'm trying to figure out, looking at the numbers, what are you basing? You say you Nostradamus.
Yes.
Nostradamus, what you basing your numbers off of? Just so you going off of feelings. Because it's not facts.
He's going to be the same average quarterback he been for the last 6 years. And it's not going to be enough in your division.
No. I got to say, you say average quarterback? Hold on. Because see, I like this. You said average. I like that. Hold on. You said last 6 years, right? Hold on. Let me get this phone right here. You said last 6 years? Last 6 years. Okay. I like that. Let's do this right here. So last year, 3,070 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's one. Year before then.
For the sake of time, because we 42 minutes in. We 42 minutes in for the sake of time. His best season was 4,200,
You
40
said
touchdowns and 13 interceptions.
you said 6. So let's do it. You said 6. I want to hold your feet to the fire. The year before that, this would be year 2, 3,524 yards, 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. You must be referring to that year because it can't be the year before then, which it was 3,113 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. And I damn sure know you ain't talking about the year before then where he had 4,200 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. You cannot be talking about the year before that, which was 2019, when he had 4,100 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Now, mind you, I just went back 5, but I do you more. I go back 6 because you said 6 average years. So 6, we're looking at 3,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Damn, if that's your average, I love it. I'll take it.
No, you won't, because none of those years produced a championship. And I know
But
you.
stop.
No, I know
he don't play
you.
defense. He don't play defense.
Oh my God. Theo,
He don't play defense.
We know the moment he is proven to be mediocre, you're going to be the main one calling for him to get pulled.
He hasn't played mediocre. You're saying that based off a statistical lie. You said he had 6 average years.
I'm not talking about
you said he's going to play average football.
Of the quarterbacks that are in the NFL, if you know what, even if we give him the same thing we give Dak, if we give him the same bar that we give Dak,
he's better than the dude playing for San Francisco right now. And that's not even close.
That's not hard to do.
But
Justin Fields is better than that dude.
He made it to the Super Bowl, though, right? Because you're saying Russell didn't put up those numbers. See, we're not going to do this. Because, if I got a game manager in San Francisco who can't hold Russell Wilson's jockstrap but can make it to the Super Bowl, then we know it's talent around him helping him get to the Super Bowl. You and I both know, and this is when I'm going to call out this nonsense about Russell Wilson. You and I both know when he signed that contract in Seattle, that team was bereft of talent. Period. You know what? And I do too.
That team when Russell signed that contract, they had let all of their defensive stars go. That's one. Because they made the bet that Russell Wilson is an elite quarterback and he can lead us back to the Super Bowl. That did not happen.
Even Patrick Mahomes took a paycheck cut. If you want to hold Russell Wilson guilty for something, hold him guilty for not giving the Seattle Seahawks a hometown discount like Patrick Mahomes gave the Kansas City Chiefs a hometown discount. So
I am holding him to the same standard we hold every quarterback to. We blame quarterbacks for the losses and celebrate them for the wins, even though they have the most spectacular defenses in the world. I'm not going to change the narrative just because we're talking about Russell.
Hold on. You remember when the Bears played the Colts in the Super Bowl? You remember that?
Yeah.
Who's the Bears quarterback?
That Gator. You know who that. Come on, man. Rex Grossman.
Did they get? I'm right. Did they get there because of him or in spite of him?
They got there in spite of him. But what were they saying? He was competent enough to get them to the Super Bowl. Level. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Sure. You know what you're doing? It's crazy. You sit up here and you can admit that San Francisco needs help. But what you're doing when it comes to Russell Wilson, you're saying that Russell is supposed to get the W's. Don't tell me what everybody else think and what everybody else say. I watched the game. Quarterback put up numbers. The defense give up numbers.
The standard for Russ.
If I'm not lowering my standards. I'm not going to raise them either. It's right there where it is. You said he had 6 average years. Where's the average? I'm waiting on that one.
Average quarterback. He was a middle of the pack average quarterback. His teams were mediocre.
We're not talking about his team. You said the quarterback.
He was average. There is no difference between him. I'm sorry. Actually, there is. There is a difference between him and Dak. There is a difference.
I'm sorry. I know what the word average means. And you sound like Kevin Feige right now when you're trying to tell me that a son is the recast of the father. I know what the word average means, and these ain't average numbers over a 6-year span. Now, if you want to talk about his team, let's talk about the team. Let's not talk about Russell.
Talk about the team. I'm specifically talking about his quarterback play. In the last 6 seasons, he has been an average quarterback. He hasn't been elite. He hasn't been a top 5 quarterback. He hasn't. That's all I'm saying. He hasn't been bad.
Like I
He
said,
hasn't
I
been
read.
terrible.
Wait, so
He has
know
been
what
average.
So I gotta ask this question. I gotta ask this question. If you are better than half the quarterbacks in the league, are you still average or are you above average? If you're better
You're
than
average. If you're better, you know what? It's the same thing we had with Marlo and the Buccaneers being 1 game above 500.
if you're on the top
you are still
half,
average.
if you are on the top half of the 16 quarterbacks,
Why are we changing
the
our
best
standards?
16, if you're in the top 10, even if you're number 10, because
So-
there's
You
no point, ain't no point in
You know what? Because we got to move on, I'm going to concede that Russell Wilson is an elite quarterback. He won't be
At
playing
no
for
point in
Week 8,
Russell Wilson's
but he's
career
an elite
can you
quarterback.
say he wasn't in the top
But
10
he's an elite
above
quarterback.
average.
quarterback.
I ain't saying elite. I'm just the way you talk about. Well, Mike Tomlin gonna get. There's nothing that you said. We'll move on. I don't mind making opinions. Opinions got to be backed up with some facts. There's nothing. If I look at his last 6 years, that makes him average. Above average, yeah. I'm not gonna sit up here saying he's elite. But Troy, the other quarterbacks that Pittsburgh had were below average.
Hold on. So I'm
That's
going to
all
go ahead
I
and say
was
this
saying.
now. He was
That's
better
all-
than the last 6 quarterbacks y'all had in Detroit. I mean,
And it ain't even damn close. Did you not hear me say he's better now than Ben Roethlisberger was the last 3 years he was in Pittsburgh? I opened up the show with that.
I'm going to say this because you're going to have to agree. Justin Fields is better than the last 3 quarterbacks y'all had.
You're absolutely right.
So the bar was not set high. Let's not act like the bar was set high.
You see how simple that was? You see how quick that
bar
was?
need to
You're
be
right.
set high? Does the bar need to be set high? If Mason Rudolph got the Pittsburgh Steelers to the playoffs, you can't tell me that Russ ain't good for at least a playoff win.
What? Like for real, what discussion are we having at this point in time?
That's all I'm saying. You said he's average. You say he's average, but he's at least been in the top 10 on the quarterback list his entire career. That's above average. He's had an above average career. He has a Super Bowl ring. He has accolades.
We'll have to come back to that because we got to move on to some other stuff.
Watch this. Here's what we know. Just like every great quarterback, when he had a good defense and he had a good running game he could depend on, he took him to the promised land. Got that ring. Now, the second time around, I'm mad at the coach for calling that play, and I'm mad at the quarterback for not checking out of that play because I'm not running that. Like, damn, Russ, I'm not running that. But Justin Fields,
I heard that before.
I believe this would be. I'm just saying. I believe Justin Fields can learn, and I want him to learn because it makes no sense for Pittsburgh to sign Russell after this season. Russell wants to say he can play. He wants to retire a Steeler. He got 4 to 5 more years. No, I'm not doing that whole Ben Roethlisberger thing again. No more, boy.
I told you it was coming.
Hey, I'm not finished. I don't need you on the roster for your bad years, dude. Huh?
The thing that a lot of organizations problem is they don't know when to just move on. Like the Cowboys hung on to Romo probably 3 more years than they should have. You know what I mean? Then they got in the situation now they got Dak Prescott and they're still holding on to him even though he hasn't shown the capability to win. And I think comparing Russell to Dak is blasphemy. Absolutely blasphemy. Because Dak has never won shit.
And Dak has had some teams around him. And I think that's the thing. Like, I'm not expecting Russell to be – I expect him to be better than what we had for the past 4 to 5 years, past 6 years. That's what I'm expecting. And if that's better, well, then we got a brand new offense coordinator. We could bring Russell over all day long. If that offensive coordinator, Matt Canada's still there, we're not going to do nothing. He should have been gone. You feel what I'm saying? So I like it. Pittsburgh finished 10-7 last year, 11-6, 12-5.
Did they have a better record than the Bucs?
Yeah. I don't know why I got me and him looking at you like, bro. They
damn show.
Man, I played quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year.
They damn show had a better record than the Raiders.
100%.
Damn, Marlo, damn.
Let's go there. Let's
Again.
talk about the moves Antonio Pierce has made in this offseason.
I like
Is
it.
there anything telling you that this is going to be a better team?
It's a 2-year bill, man. It's a 2-year
Y'all
bill.
about to start
Year.
with
It's
Gardner
a 2-year
Minshew
bill.
at quarterback.
It is a 2-year bill because
This college? You
it's a 2-year bill. Gardner Minshew. Oh no! Like he,
Look, you know when I knew Gardner Minshew was out of Indianapolis. Did you see that fourth down play? That fourth down play that propelled my Texans into the playoffs. When he missed that, the coach said, "That's on you." I knew at that very moment Gardner was gone. He can't make the play. He don't make the key plays when the team needs him. That's your guy coming up.
And
so
I said,
did you
not?
You tell me, are the Raiders going to be a competitive team?
I've been saying this for weeks, and I'm gonna say it again. If this ain't the Raiders playing, somebody gonna have to explain to me something. We're gonna have to meet outside something. If this ain't the plan,
you might well go get ready to meet outside then.
If your first draft pick is not a defensive back, a corner preferably, because they like to run man, that's your first round draft pick. If your second round draft pick ain't specifically Joe Milton, I wish you motherfuckers would trade up. I wish you would trade up. Somebody gonna have to see me on the plane.
Bro, I ain't trying to be funny, but Joe Milton
might not be there.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I don't want you to think the Steelers done with quarterbacks. I don't want you thinking that.
I don't want to set y'all stadium on fire.
You need to.
I seen the combine. I watched him throw.
You need to see what Pittsburgh gonna do for the remainder of free agency. You need to see what moves they make because they need another quarterback.
The Raiders got two options with this first round pick. If it ain't either Jaden Daniels or Quincy Mitchell, fire the whole front office. Get them all out of there. If it ain't Jaden Daniels or Quincy Mitchell, you fucked up. You already lost.
I don't know. So here's my thing, right?
And that's if Jaden Daniels is still there.
I don't think. Do you know where we picking at? We're picking at 13. Jaden Daniels ain't gonna beat up. And if, God forbid, they put Pig Ligament Boy on that draft board, we really gonna have a problem. We really gonna have a real problem.
Michael Penix, I feel bad for any team that drafts Drake May or Bo Nix. I feel sorry for those teams.
And somebody gonna draft them too.
And somebody is gonna draft them. And I feel
I'll do you one better.
My heart already goes out to them.
I do you one better. Somebody has been bamboozled by this JJ McCarthy thing. They are talking about this dude like he ever threw for 3,000 yards in college. In any other draft year, he's not a first-round draft pick. He's not a third-round draft pick. But this year,
drafted quarterback. How about that?
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna say this, and it's no disrespect to anybody. The years of you being able to be Byron Leftwich as a quarterback in the NFL, that's done. So JJ McCarthy, Michigan, I get it. But the only folks over there in the Big Ten is them, Ohio State, and Penn State. So he had a solid defense. Head coach knows how to coach. Them DNs coming off the edge running 4.40s. He ain't going nowhere. Had they played Georgia, had they played Georgia instead of Alabama, that would have looked ugly. Because they
played Florida State.
Huh?
Had they played Florida State.
Yep. Florida State would have been on there yet.
Yeah, so it's like,
but look,
I'm not
you look really great as a quarterback. Oh, I got you. I got you, Phil. You look really great as a quarterback when your running backs average 7.8 yards a carry. I don't care who the quarterback is. You're gonna look good. If your running backs average 7.8 yards a carry, there ain't no excuse for you not to win games.
What did they keep saying this year?
Sarkisian.
What did they keep saying they was when are they gonna let him throw the football? Wasn't that one of the things that the college football analysts kept talking about? Well, he ain't had to throw the football because they're playing against subpar competition. So telling us he ain't ever had to throw the football against because they playing against subpar competition. Now we're supposed to believe he finna go in the NFL. And he finna make it do what it's gonna do. And them
I have a better narrative. A coach don't let you do something because you can't do something.
Well,
I seen the combine.
Letting Quinn Ewers throw the ball to you. God damn.
Hey Troy.
We should have kept running the ball. we
Troy,
let Washington off the hook. I'm sorry. Penny looked decent that game, but we let him off the hook. We were also averaging 7 yards
what you got,
but
Theo?
decided to not give the ball to our running backs in the second half.
Y'all draft 13.
What's that?
You say y'all draft 13?
Yeah.
Oh, we 7 picks after y'all. That's one of the best picks for the dude that don't like losing. 20. Y'all folks need to be careful. Pittsburgh ain't done. Like, they gonna get a quarterback out this draft, I'm telling you. Now, and it's gonna be somebody who's like, if I'm Omar Khan, I ain't telling nobody this. I'm telling Russell, yeah, we're gonna extend it. I'm not. I'm looking at Justin and I'm having a side conversation with Justin. Look here, you need to get all the knowledge you can. You better get all the knowledge you can. And you better make it look like 1A and 1B, where we could start you. So we let him go, give you that contract.
And if they smart, they would trade out of that number 20 into the first half of the second round and pick up some draft capital. Because if you're looking at Justin Fields as the future, what you want to do is you want to get a bunch of young good guys around. Don't just try to go get a star at number 20 and miss.
Which is what they did with Kenny Pickett.
Exactly.
So
yeah, all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world. We ready?
So it's some stories that we need to move on to because I want to take a shot at the Bucks, but we do that every week. So I'm gonna go ahead and
come on, Cletus. Take a shot.
You shouldn't even have said that. You should have just moved on because you know where it's going.
Take a shot.
So this is a story that I did not expect to. Goodness gracious, a story that I didn't expect to break today, and Shohei Ohtani's interpreter,
I saw that.
has been accused of gambling on sports, everything but baseball.
They said that man stole from him too.
And stole $4.5 million. Now, let me set up how this went down. There was research on a federally indicted betting organization, the head of a betting organization. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter name came up. The reporters said, hey, this is what we have. The interpreter said, yes, I did the gambling.
Oh, at least he was honorable about it.
Wait. The agent of Shohei Ohtani also concurred that, yes, the agent did gambling. And then the day before the story came out, they doubled back and they said there has been massive amounts of fraud. The reporters can track down $4.5 million of wire transfers to this betting organization. Now, are y'all trying to tell me that ESPN, who do not have a lot of investigative reporters, spent months tracking down this story to nail an interpreter?
Well, who else they got?
Right.
Because if they ain't nail Ohtani, Hell, if he gambling over in Japan, so he
He
ain't
was
doing it legally.
gambling in California where it is illegal.
I'm gonna be honest with you. First of all, I'm perplexed. Like I didn't think they would, and I know this might sound wrong, so I'm gonna apologize. I didn't. You just don't hear them doing them like them. You just don't hear them doing them. You don't hear them doing each other like that. This is shocking to me. This is unusual. Had you gave me a name that sounded more Western, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. I could absolutely see it. Had you given me a name that was Czechoslovakian, I can see that. I can see that. The name that you gave me, I'm surprised.
So here's another question I got. When do interpreters have access to people's bank accounts?
Well, I mean, they honorable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not expecting that. Like, you Westernized. You a brother. You ain't giving nobody nothing. Ain't none of us doing that. We ain't giving it to, but that's from a different culture. That is what that is. I'm like I said, I saw the same. I didn't even know you was gonna talk about it. I'm surprised.
I think we have to look deeper into it. What is the relationship between the interpreter and Ohei Atani? Because is this a family member?
No, they apparently, since he became his interpreter, they became close. And the original story was Shohei was paying off his debts, 4.5 million debts. I'm a cynical person, so I'm being real cynical about this. You just can't tell me anything.
So what you saying is, hold on, stop me if I'm wrong. You saying it wasn't the interpreter. You saying the interpreter taking the blame for it. That's what you're saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying.
I say it like this.
I'm not saying you saying that. I'm just saying. I'm saying you saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying that you saying. I'm just saying that you saying that it ain't the interpreter. The interpreter is taking the bid, taking the fall.
Bing.
That's what you saying. Okay. I'm picking up what you put down.
I don't see what's the problem. Hell, had the rest of these. I don't see what the problem is. Hell, if my homeboy is damn near a billionaire, you think he finna get into trouble?
He said,
shit.
Oh, okay. I see what Marlo's saying. Okay.
Yeah. He gonna take one for the team. He gonna take one for the team.
Ray Lewis got friends like that. Like that's what type of friends Michael Vick needed. Like
they sold him down the river. It was 1767 in Mississippi. Yeah, and sold him up the river.
What Chris Carter say? You need, when you out here in these streets, you need you a friend that's gonna take this lick for you. That's real. You ain't got no job. You part of the entourage. Something go left. You did it.
Hey, and I'm
I got everything on the commissary. Got you to take care of.
Huh? Take care of your family and your commissary while you sit down.
All that. I got you. But yeah, I can't say you wrong, Shore. I can't, because I ain't, like I said, you never heard of that before.
Yeah,
they still each other.
And an interpreter, and they didn't even get him for illegal gambling on a sport, as in he had inside information. It was just because of where he was located. The man was on a VPN. Y'all know what they do with that.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That man was betting from a VPN.
Yeah, man, come on, man. And honestly, do he need the money? They take care of each other. What we think he was? What we think he was living at? This ain't Troy taking care of Uncle Pookie and Ray Ray. This ain't Theo taking care of, no. They go, boy, he good.
This wasn't a Calvin Ridley type situation. This wasn't Calvin Ridley.
At all. Listen, they going to the same spa houses and everything. Oh, yeah, you might have something there, Troy.
So
I don't see the problem. This ain't no story to me. The only story is if they would come out and say, oh, it comes to find out that it was Otani that was, okay, now we're talking about something. But if they can't prove it, they would have came out and said it had it been some smoke there.
Even if they know it, you got to.
I'm going to tell you how they presented the story. They presented the story like it's some smoke here. We just can't prove it yet. And they use this caveat. When this go to court, we'll be able to see the transfers.
If there was anything there, this story would have never came out until they would have had him in the crosshairs.
I think, Marlo, I'll be honest with you. I think they know they got him dead to rights. I think the story is gonna pop. Just like the Columbus story that I popped on here, this story finna pop.
We think that story gonna pop. It might be you got everything you was gonna get today, and you're not gonna get
That's
nothing. Remember, this dude ain't American. He's not American.
They go
deport him. He's not American. He's not.
We not. You know what? We are not condoning violence. We're gonna move along.
No. I'm not saying violence. What I'm saying is that folks want to push a legal issue with him. It might be you cannot push a legal issue with him just because he's not from here. Yeah, you can be mad. Yeah, you can say it's wrong, but he's not an American citizen. So what we got is what we might get. And watch this. What's the worst gonna happen? He gonna go back to Japan and play baseball? You think they gonna punish him?
That's why I don't even know why that's the story.
Well, all right. So I'm gonna move along, but it's a funny story. It's a funny story, but I'm gonna move along because somebody last night said Duquesne might win their game against BYU, and I don't be goddamn if they ain't win their game. TP, I think you called that game, didn't you? Was that you?
Who? What me?
TP, you called that game, didn't
you? TP?
For some reason we can't hear him.
Y'all still can't hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
I was about to say I've been talking. Yeah. So what's the half song?
Oh, Duquesne put hands and feet on BYU. Hands and feet on BYU. Right now, Kentucky is struggling with Oakland. Oakland came to play. All that talk about the good players come to Kentucky to play with other good players. Well, apparently, average players at Oakland heard what you said.
Well, the average players at Oakland probably been playing together longer than the players at Kentucky been playing together. So there's that part. You know what? College basketball, not football. College football is going through its changes, but college basketball ain't what it used to be. I miss them days. I miss them days. Kentucky was gonna be legit. Duke was gonna be legit. North Carolina was gonna be legit. You feel what I'm saying? You know, we don't have basketball like that. You know, I don't. Everybody
not in the men.
Oh, but in the men's,
not in the men.
Talk about Oregon's Cousinard, 40 points.
I don't watch.
Hey, Troy, didn't you say Gonzaga was gonna fold against McNeese State?
Yeah, I did.
They are getting routed by 25 as we speak.
I got next round. Gonzaga gonna get what's coming to them.
Stop it.
Get what's coming.
I don't want no more predictions from you. Because I told you he was coming from a place of hate.
I think that's what that is. That's what it seemed like.
That's what it was.
You know what, TP, you got something. Because I know Troy, it's something there with him and Russell. I don't know if Russell got Sierra and he feeling some type of way about that. But I don't know, like that. The dude, that ain't what. It's something. Man, listen, help me out, big bro. It's something now. We know Troy got something going on.
So first off,
Sierra.
If Russell Wilson had Jill Scott, it'll be beef. I freely admit. It's up when I see him. But he don't. I just think, and again, I'm a cornball. I'm a Mr. Neighbor Lady. I'm all of that. So these ain't no slights on him. If your chick is Sierra, it's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And do you know what was wrong with Russell his first year in Denver? I'm gonna go ahead and tell the truth, same thing. You know what's wrong with him?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Because sometimes I be wanting the dude to leave the female alone. He getting too much good loving. Your woman out here having kids, get her body bouncing back and everything like that, walking around butt bookie naked at the award show. You sitting there looking. You know the dude's mad at you because they keep calling you simp. They mad because your woman ain't checking for them, Russell. That's what that Russell Big Dog, that's what that is. You got you a baddie. They mad because they trying to figure out how a goody two-shoes like you get something like that when she was with Future. No, the question it should be asked, Future, how did you get Sierra? That's what we should be asking. But nevertheless, we'll do that another time. So yeah, Troy,
the beef with Gonzaga is Gonzaga has had a bunch of players.
Oh, that basketball. You want to talk about
back to basketball. Gonzaga has had a bunch of players that's supposed to be the one. We got Chet out here faking like he a superstar. He ain't.
And the Thunder are the number 1 seed in the West.
And who is their point guard? Please don't leave that part out. Don't leave that part out. Shea is Shea. But
I mean, he averages 16 and 7.
Yeah. This is also the boy who missed the season because he decided that his 25-pound ass was going to take a charge from LeBron James.
Hey, lesson learned. Live you learn. Get out of the way.
You don't take no charge from that. That's grown man.
I ain't gonna. I can't.
But you've been mad. You've been mad at Gonzaga since Adam Morrison. That's how far it go back.
So y'all don't remember Adam Morrison and JJ Redick was up for Player of the Year. That was the worst Player of the Year I had ever seen in my life. Because neither one of them was gonna be instant impact players. Neither one. And now JJ Redick running around here talking like he was putting up 45 a game in the NBA.
You know what killed me? JJ Redick was Draymond Green before Draymond Green was Draymond Green.
And he ain't got no ring. No ring.
JJ Redick couldn't keep his feet on the court. He was always kicking somebody. I had to think about that for a second. He was Mr. Kick him down. Mr. Kick him down. Oh, man. Ooh.
But,
dang.
So it's in but the Oregon, South Carolina upset, listen, when you got a dude putting up 40, I don't know how he touching the ball. Like, it's got to be something to say we going to deny him the ball. Something got to be.
Yeah, you know, since we talking basketball, can I ask y'all fellas, TP, Troy, Marlo, can I ask y'all a question?
Yes.
Especially since Marlo said, women's basketball, they stand in women's basketball. I got a question. Might not want to answer it because we might get in trouble. We understand that the WNBA, viewership, finances, and everything like that, it is what it is. My question to you, well, I'm gonna ask this question in a way in which we won't get in trouble. How about that? Would you watch basketball with the same amount of energy you do now? Men's basketball. I want to make sure I say that. Men's basketball. NBA. If they couldn't dunk. You see folks dunking over here. You exposed to it. You know what it is. You know what it is. You see it. You go to the gym, folks dunking. You go play basketball outside, folks dunking. NBA, they can't dunk. Would the game be as interesting? You knowing that's out there and they not doing
it.
Nah.
I'm scared
Yeah,
where this is
put
going
me
to
in
go.
a tough spot there.
Absolutely.
It is more exciting. Seeing somebody get dunked on is one of the most exciting parts of a basketball game. That is an element that is missing
At the risk of getting canceled off of YouTube.
That's all I said what I said.
What? Okay, so what are you insinuating?
Because get dunked on is he's basically saying that the NBA is slightly more exciting than the WNBA based on the fact that we missing an important aspect as far as dunking.
Aspect of it.
That's all he's saying.
I think, watch this. I could compare it like this. We could watch the Harlem Globetrotters perform. Nobody dunked, and they would have our full attention because of everything else that they're able to do on the basketball court, right? But this is trick basketball. Well, this ain't trick basketball, and we got something else to compare it to. And TP, to your point, one of the things we look at, one of the greatest above the rim moves wasn't even a dunk. It was that reverse layup when Mike said, you know what, I don't want to do that. Let me bring it back on over here and let me just lay it up. What are we looking at if we can see our ladies rise to that level? Now, I'm like this because you can't make me spend money on something I'm not interested in. I'm telling you what's going to get my interest. You telling me, nah, you want to keep playing for the purity of the game. Okay, well, pride before the fall, do you. It's just not for me to even tune into. I would much rather watch this. That's like the ladies in XFL. I'm going to call it the X League because I don't know what else to call it. That's like them saying, we're not going to allow hit in the game. No. Them girls laying each other out like we see the dudes lay each other out on Saturdays and Sundays. Y'all don't like that? I like to see female come through the hole like this right here, blow up the linebacker. It's an important aspect of the game.
So
come across the middle. Quarterback throw that slant, the slant that we be talking about, they playing man. You finna get lit up. Them women out there lighting each other up. No differently than the men light each other up. So I get what I need from them playing the game. Something that I ain't getting from the WNBA.
So I'm not going to profess to watch a bunch of WNBA games. There are some key matchups that I watch. The Aces, they look good when they play. But here's the difference between the WNBA and the NBA. The NBA is playing bitch ball. They ain't played defense in damn near 10 years.
Not getting no argument.
And I have never.
You ain't got to keep. No,
you been one.
We agree with that one. What's the next one? They don't play defense. You're right. What's the next point?
The Euro rules.
Yeah, like I can't. So I might get us canceled.
No,
we've changed these rules.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair, man.
Hold on, give me a second. Let me cook. We live in a world where you got people running around basically yelling America first and all of this other stuff. Yet we're changing NBA basketball rules to bring in foreign players to make it accommodating to them so we can spread it worldwide. My counterpoint is the reason that the Europeans watch the NBA is because we play defense, because of the athleticism. There isn't a single European player that I can go, yeah, he's going to stop somebody. Because
it's embarrassing when you got somebody like Luka Doncic tell somebody stop falls. Hey, man, what they call it, stop flopping. Luka Doncic actually told a player, I think it was late last year, whatever, stop flopping. And I'm like, do you know how embarrassing that is for Luka Doncic to tell you as an American player to stop flopping? That's embarrassing.
This all comes back to the gatekeepers of the game. Back in the day, do you think that this kind of brand of basketball even would have took the sniff test with the players of old?
Man, no.
Even if the rules change, it would the gatekeepers would not have let this. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
At the risk of upsetting fans of one LeBron James, you can thank him for it. Him, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. I know it looked like Draymond Green played defense because he be kicking people in their behind. He really don't. Him, Anthony Davis don't really play. Troy's right. They really don't. You know what? Two-way basketball. Like that used to be the thing. We got to have a two-way stopper. To get on the basketball court, you needed to be a two-way stopper. Now it's like, oh no, that's a special. No. You're supposed to be able to play defense. Now everybody just want to shoot. LeBron don't lock down nobody. That's why it's Mike and Scotty. Scotty, stop tripping. They like to lock folks down. I like that. You ain't wrong, Marlo. You ain't wrong.
Look at Michael Jordan. He was first team all defense every year. First team all defense, won defense.
He is the petty Hall of Famer. He is the petty king.
Who, Mike?
Yes, Mike is petty king. I will forever take Mike as the
Scotty is
GOAT.
more petty than Michael. Scotty been pissing me off lately.
You know what? No,
you're gonna try to snatch respect when we already gave you the respect. But you need more. Scotty,
but you see how Mike did him though. You see how Mike did him. That's why I got to go with Troy. Mike is the king. Son, come here. Can you go take care of Mrs. Pippen for me, please? I don't want another Scotty. Go ahead and let for me. That's petty. That's petty.
And then broke up with her.
Yeah. Like he ain't call his son off for nothing. Hey, that's my dog lady. That's my dog old lady. Don't do that. Hey, Dad, what you think about me and your boy's old lady? They can do what it do. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't call him at all. Like
I was talking about basketball. I was talking about the basketball.
Hey, I was too.
I don't know what just happened.
Well, it was, yeah.
That's petty.
Yeah, you got that one. I retract my statement.
For everybody that's watching the podcast, if you have Kentucky in your Final Four, you got 1 minute and 31 seconds of praying to do. Because otherwise, your bracket is going to be destroyed if this continues the way it is.
What's the score, big dog?
73-71. Oakland.
Hey, man. You say 73-71?
Yeah.
How much time left?
It was 131 a little second ago.
It's just crazy how
I ain't gonna rule Kentucky out of that one. They still in there.
Oregon literally put hands and feet on South Carolina.
That man had 40 points. 40.
They put hands and feet on
double him. Double him.
I don't understand.
Ain't no way you let somebody go off the boat.
The second half, and he just no player. We denying the ball. Just no. You do whatever you want to, but you're not getting this ball at all.
Lee State is losing by 32.
Yeah.
I'm reminded too.
You good? You want to keep throwing that one up, TP?
You said it.
He also said that Russell Wilson was gonna get benched at week 8. So,
hey, was I wrong last year? Y'all talking like I wasn't wrong last year.
You are wrong.
He got benched because he wasn't playing well.
He got benched because they didn't want to pay him that money if he got hurt.
I don't give a damn about none of that. Was I right?
Yeah. No, you wasn't.
I mean, if that's wait. You right if that's why you said they was gonna bench him.
It wasn't.
I was right. He was gonna get benched. I ain't putting no caveats on it. I ain't putting no disclaimers on it.
Here, you don't have to. Here's what we know. He didn't get benched because he was sorry. The numbers show that.
Nobody said he was sorry.
I just wanted to, because
you
folks
did.
Coming in
you
and
said it was average
right now. So I just
that ain't
numbers
sorry. Baker Mayfield, that's sorry.
You know who was
that
sorry?
Wasn't sorry.
You know who was sorry? Everybody on the Broncos defense.
And everybody who had a golden black
tackling.
Really?
And everybody who had a silver and black uniform on.
You gonna act like I wasn't in the stadium when Baker threw that interception? You gonna act like I wasn't in the stadium when Derek Carr completed 3 straight first downs?
How many playoff games did the Raiders win this year?
You know what?
Oh, don't worry, I'll wait.
That was good. Yeah, there you go. Pump up the squad. Pump up the squad. Lord, I can't wait till the season. This is why we can't never get to basketball. We can never get to basketball. It gets
I'm just
personal
saying.
real quick.
You said some crazy foolishness talking about McNeese State gonna beat Gonzaga.
Listen,
And what in their history of this season?
they limped into these. So you just gonna act like they ain't limped into these NCAA
They're number
tournaments?
5 seed.
They
couldn't beat
limped in.
Gonzaga at football.
They limped in.
Wow. That was your caveat because they limped in.
They limped in.
Not because their players are gonna. First of all, you look at McNeese State team. Everybody got hair. Like they got dreads, they got afros, they got 9.5s. Come on, man.
You gotta let the hair grow, bro. You gotta let the hair grow.
I'm
Yeah.
scared to ask what the hell got to do with it. I'm absolutely
I'm just
scared.
saying, man, it's a different thing. It's a different vibe.
No. I want to know why McNeese State having hair is the reason that they're losing. I'm willing to take the risk on the channel getting canceled to figure out why.
Pretty
First of
boys.
all, there's such a thing you call culture and decorum on the team.
Uh-oh, you getting professional.
Nope, never mind, Marlo. Never mind. I'm back.
They ain't got none. These kids, even if you have hair, let it be neat. Like you, yeah, bruh.
Oh God. Oh.
And they playing like it's a pickup game.
Oh.
You got your center jacking up threes. You got like ain't no decorum there. So yeah.
You do?
I don't
You
know.
ask me, I'm gonna tell you.
Well, anyway, we went a whole podcast. We did not shout out to Grambling State on their win last night. Big win for Grambling State last night. I left out Alabama A&M play in the CIB tournament, I think it was, and Alabama A&M won their game last night. So shout out to them.
Fuck them too.
What'd you just say?
I said fuck them too. Fuck Grambling and fuck Alabama State or Alabama A&M. Fuck them.
Oh, you still mad they beat y'all?
Nah, we was gonna lose that game.
Oh, okay.
Our basketball team.
I'm just trying to find out where the hatred comes from.
They in the sweat.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. You know, y'all in with me at?
No, we're in the sweat.
No, the
so
MEAC is in
confidence
shambles today. The MEAC is listen, for everybody that's followed the show, MEAC Mike came on to the show and was trying to explain to us why Black National Championships wasn't a thing and all of that. There's a young lady that I call Big Sis Rowe. And there is, I can't think of Reckless Newt. They're both Howard alums. And when I tell you, I've watched people get Twitter beat down and it look even. This ain't close. This is an epic Twitter beatdown. When they start posting your stadium and saying it looked like a high school field, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
Yeah.
I just, Morgan State. I got a famous little Twitter thing where I asked, Alexa, when was the last time Morgan State won a Black National Championship? Yeah, it said never. So me at Mike Banks a good dude. Like Banks is a good dude. I don't know why Banks is in this, but me at Mike and Banks getting bashed up.
Comparing your stadium to a high school stadium in Houston wouldn't even be a bad, that ain't even a negative thing. If you seen our stadium, you'd understand.
And it's probably 1,000% better than Bethune-Cookman's.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they ain't got one.
Somebody said that Morgan State ain't even the best HBCU football team in their city. Coppin State don't even play NCAA football. They play club football.
Yeah.
Just it's hey. Are we gonna try and tackle this NBA thing? Because somebody explain to me why James Harden tried to block.
I wrote that to my like, what am I looking?
James Harden can't jump.
Oh no, James
Can
Harden
James
plays some
Harden dunk?
incredible. James Harden played some incredible defense on Kawhi Leonard today or last night. Kawhi Leonard is on his team. He passed the ball to Kawhi and then closed out on the shot and made him miss it.
What?
You know what?
Yes.
Can I say Kawhi ain't really been looking like Kawhi lately? Like all the talk. I'm missing something because he came to LA with a lot of fanfare. He ain't really done nothing.
Real life. This is real life. He came down after a missed shot, got the ball, kicked it out to Kawhi, and then ran towards Kawhi with a hand up.
Maybe he was trying to help the other team to show them this how you defend them.
And they said, look, the comments took me out. The comments took me out. They say this was the best defense he's played in years. He's been on so many teams, he forgot what team he was on.
Wow.
They were up 21 at the time. Maybe he was point shaving. I have no idea. Yeah, I said it.
So since we like to call out things from a place of hate, TP is a Rockets fan, and TP holds a very big grudge on the 27 missed threes. And just, yeah. Also, them people that be putting out the pick the two players to run your squad and your month and your date, y'all need to stop James Harden from being October, goddammit. I need to be able to pick somebody else. I'm about sick of James Harden being like, it was James Harden and some dude with Tom Selleck hair was my birthday. And I posted, they just gonna miss 27 straight threes. Just saying.
If the Clippers get to a game 7 in the postseason, they better set James Harden until the next series.
But I'm told that, he's a top 5 scorer of all time.
Yeah, perhaps. He created a move that
his scoring at the strip club is probably impeccable.
Oh yeah. You know how many strippers he can put through college?
I think we really need to go to Houston on Lent and see what the strip club about.
They probably redecorated and everything since James Harden came through. He paid for the lights, the pole they put up.
Oh man! All right, so wait, hold on.
I just sent a link to my homeboy D Real. He's doing his live at 9:30, so I'm multitasking. I'm actually on Black Comment Lords live. They have Mr. Want to make sure I say his name right. The writer that's over Brian Hill doing he's writing the latest run on Blade. He's also writing Ultimate Black Panther. So they have him as a special guest on their show. Right?
That's the guy for Luke Cage, right?
He didn't write Luke Cage. You talking about Michael Coulter, the actor?
Okay, that's the guy that I didn't even know who he was, and he was following me, and I was following him.
Yeah, Michael Coulter Jack. No, Brian Hill is actually a writer, and so I'm following him on Black Comment Lords, and then I'm actually over here on my brother D Real's podcast, Be Real with D Real. He went live at 9:30, so I just put the link from this video, our live here, into their chat. So we multitasking. I'm sharing and love and everything like that. So if I seem distracted, everybody, I try and do what I can to get myself out there.
Definitely understand that.
I try and do what I can.
So the Cavaliers head coach
Kentucky has went down.
They just lost.
Kentucky has went down, and 90% of brackets are officially fried. Jack Gohiki went for 32 points on.
Listen,
the game is over.
I talked all this shit about these blue blood basketball teams. If I can get NCAA tournament games where shooters are going off, where scorers are going off, that's what we here for. I'm not here to see no 38 Virginia game. I hope they take them out of college basketball.
Hey, what? How far did they go back to be putting up that type of score? Damn.
I just
What, we in the 80s? We in the 38-38? That's a football game. High scoring.
And then the head coach gonna have the audacity to say, maybe we need to tweak the system. Maybe you just need to quit. Just quit. You have set basketball back 75 years.
That's low key. That's what's gonna save basketball.
But I was getting on the Bernie Bickerstaff. I'm sorry, not Bernie. Why am I calling that man Bernie? JB Bickerstaff says that he's been getting threatened by gamblers. They've been threatening him because he's been playing with the lineup and they've been losing. So he said no charges have been filed. He just said the people found him and let him know that they're not happy with him, that they losing and he losing their money. Just don't gamble.
Hey man, I don't want to say nothing, but I'm having a craving for some lemon pepper wings.
Let's do it.
So
I couldn't resist
my wings.
So TP's wife watches the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she know the reference of the lemon pepper Lou, the lemon pepper Lou wings. I don't think she know the reference.
Yeah.
If you go to the Gathering of Old Men, if you go to Fat Mouse Sports page and the Gathering of Old Men links, there is a video that expressly explains the lemon pepper Lou situation.
But no, I'm actually, and I apologize, stomach touching the back right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want my stomach to be growling on camera because I think that's real unprofessional. And you and Marlo don't mind eating. You just ate food on the camera. You ain't care if anybody else had none.
So we gonna act like that ain't what y'all used to do? Yeah,
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
I didn't say you was wrong. I just said what you did.
All right, so
hey man.
Last words for Theo. Let's hear it.
We got to come back during football season. Y'all got to bring me back football season. NFL draft.
We
doing draft night. Can we do draft night? Can we do a Gathering of Old Men podcast? I will make sure that I share it with everybody. They're not gonna be doing no draft night. I'm telling you now. Draft night. Can we do that? I'll start pubbing it right now. I'll start pushing it right now.
We were live last year for draft day. It's on Thursday.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll start pushing it. I don't have anybody and the reason why I'm asking is I really don't. I enjoy talking sports. I do. Don't really have anybody. You see the stuff behind me. This is what we mostly doing over here. But I would love to talk sports. Love the energy. Troy, Marlo, TP. First time, best time, great time. Thank y'all so much.
Yes,
it's been a blast, man. Almost like we never missed a beat.
All right, sir. So being that it's been a while and you back, you should have the first word of the last word.
Well, it's been a blast. Gather the Old Men podcast. I enjoy myself talking sports with knowledgeable people. Yes, me and Troy go back and forth, but that me and Troy been going back and forth for over 20 years now, so that ain't gonna change. So yes, you want to do that, sweet?
No, I was trying to check on you, trying to make sure that you're good.
Oh, daddy good. Come here. This is my baby girl. This the next to the youngest right here. This is Jalea. Say hey, Jalea.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a family affair. But yes, thank y'all so much for having me. I really do appreciate that. Thank y'all. Y'all allowed me to do something that I love to do, and y'all didn't have to do that. If anybody's looking for wherever I'm at, IASIJS as I ain't saying, I'm just saying TOB, comic books, action figures, merch. As you can see, we do comic book reviews, things of that nature, and pretty much being the go-to person for all Black Panther content. So, yeah.
All right. Marlo, you've been kind of quiet tonight. I'll let you have the next word.
Well, I just would like to say what you thought was going to happen is always going to happen. It's always going to be an upset. It's always going to be a big team go down, a team that you thought was going to make a run. It's the NCAA tournament. I hope y'all are, if you are gambling, I hope you are gambling responsibly. If you just really enjoy watching good, hard-nosed, get after it basketball, the tournament is where to go because it is one and done. You have these kids that probably ain't never played this hard, go hard this time of season. So I'm interested to see what these next couple weeks are gonna be. And if y'all really are interested in watching some really high quality basketball, check out the NCAA women's tournament because there are teams over there that get at it. So that's all I gotta say. I hope everybody have a blessed and uplifted week. Stay focused, keep God first. Everything else will fall into place.
TP, sir.
Slightly short, it's more of an informative. The media has always been something that has pushed the narrative, whether it was newspaper, you go back historically, the tabloids, you name it, but we're in the digital age where the internet is king. Media flows through the internet. I need people to understand that what you may be seeing may not be true. Don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. The media will distract you from what's really going on. And if you want to be an informed person, that requires work. That requires you doing the legwork because just because it came across your top line, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the truth. You got to do some digging and you got to keep yourself up to date. Because when things change in the world and you ain't paying attention, don't be mad when you get left behind. But that's my advice for the people this week. Stay informed.
That's real.
So, it's been an interesting month for me, right? Because my background, PWI, been involved in Black culture on those PWIs, heavily supportive of HBCUs. Over the last month and a half, we've had a situation where DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion departments in Florida are being shuttered across public universities. And a lot of people say, well, fine, send our kids to HBCUs. Here's the problem. Systematically, they've limited the ability for HBCUs to take all those students in. So where do they go? And I make this statement all the time. This state of Florida is not in the habit of wanting an educated citizenry at all. Imagine if 60% of your African Americans in the state of Florida are college educated with the average income of $70,000. That is a beautiful thing to dream about. Here is the problem. It requires the ability to take over Congress and to enact laws. We don't vote in the areas where we have majorities, so therefore we can't enact anything. The Tea Party started 20 years ago. They didn't start at the congressional level. They didn't start at the state level. They started at the school board level because local elections matter. Remember, all politics is local. So if you're not voting for the dog catcher, if you're not voting for the alderman, the city councilman, the judge, if you're not voting for your local elections, you're doing yourself no service.
If I could add this to you, Troy, as well, and because I love that. I love that. DEI, now I don't just talk comic books, superheroes and stuff. I also use it as a way to talk about social issues as well. I showed you the Captain America shield that I have. The reason why, well, I think Marlo knows, Troy knows, TP, I was a Marine for 6 years, honorably discharged, Marine Corps veteran. What we've allowed ourselves to do, especially when we talk about us not voting, is one of the things that used to irritate me a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure y'all guys saw it. Us want to spell America with 3 Ks. Now, I'm here in the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis. I call him I call him Ron DeSuckass. I don't call him Ron DeSantis. He wants to have so much to say and act like he owns America, to where he can tell people what they can and cannot do as America because of him taking ownership of America. Well, Ron DeSantis, he wants to talk about immigrants. His great-grandparents came to America. Let me say that one more time. His great-grandparents fled Italy because it was uprising going on in Italy. They came to America. My family predates Ron DeSantis' families when it comes to being an American citizen. I'm pretty sure, Troy, your family predates Ron DeSantis' family as an American citizen. TP, Marlo, I'm pretty sure I can say the same thing about y'all. There's quite a few other brothers and sisters that we can say that about in comparison to so-called conservatives. So what I'm saying to my brothers and sisters is this country is your land. Your ancestors fought in every war for this country. If you've allowed somebody to make you feel, notice what I said, make you feel that this country isn't yours, hell, it's more yours than quite a few of them that's telling you it's not yours. We're taking black back in 2024, and we're not going to let people keep using woke if it's not dealing with a black issue. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the podcast. Thank y'all for coming out. See y'all next week.